Political action committees, PACs, target certain Democrat-held congressional seats to be flipped back. And one of those PACs is Combat Veterans for Congress. Joining me now from Southern California, Chairman and Director of Combat Veterans for Congress, PAC, Captain Joseph John, United States Navy, retired. Captain John, I want to ask you, not the obvious, you're looking for combat veterans, former combat veterans who run for office, but how do you quantify them? How do you vet them? What are you looking for?
We're looking for people who want to protect and defend the U.S. Constitution, people who have demonstrated their willingness to defend the country on the field of battle. We have a mission statement. We provide them with a mission statement that anyone can see on our website. Ask them if they agree with a mission statement. If they support our mission statement, it's apple pie and ice cream. There's nothing negative in our mission statement.
For example, cutting taxes, securing the southern border, very pro-Second Amendment. And you've got a bunch of candidates out there, so I've picked off a couple, three. House races in a couple are in a very blue state, in the state you're in, California, and another in a very red state in Texas. The first one, California 25, this is Lieutenant Commander Michael Garcia. California 10, Colonel Robert Elliott, and then Texas 32, Floyd McClendon. Let's start with California 25. Garcia, he would be facing Katie Hill, who, if you look on Conservative Review at her Liberty score, it's a straight F, 0. She doesn't even register.
Well, Mike's a real hero. He was one of the first pilots in the Super Hornet to qualify in the Super Hornet, and he saw combat overseas and came back and worked in the military industry and did a great job in his district. And now he's trying to recoup one of the 9 formerly safe seats in the state of California. And I think he's got a great shot at it. He's got all the mayors in the area supporting him. He's a great candidate.
California 10, you got the good candidate going there. Colonel Robert Elliott is facing somebody who's another 0 in the Liberty score, 0 especially on the Second Amendment. But let's go to the Texas 32. This is outside of Dallas. McClendon will be facing a gentleman by the name of Colin Allred, who also has a Liberty Review score of F and a 0 in terms of supporting the United States military.
Well, he's a super chief, and he's a Navy SEAL, and he's a black American, and he's seen quite a bit of combat. We're very impressed with him.
2 Senate seats you're going after. One is in Virginia, the other is in New Hampshire. And both opponents are outrageous. Virginia, Lieutenant Colonel Daniel Gade, I should say, United States Marine Corps, and in New Hampshire, Brigadier General Don Bullock. Let's start with Virginia. Gade versus Mark Warner, Senator Mark Warner, the phony. You send a real military hero against a Mark Warner, who, by the way, has a Liberty score of 2%, a straight F rating. This guy could be taken down.
Dan Gade's a West Point graduate. He's not Marine Corps. He's a West Point graduate. He's lost both his legs. He's a wounded warrior, and he taught at West Point after he lost his legs. He got a PhD. He's a real champ, and I think he's going to give Warner one hell of a race.
New Hampshire? Tell me about Brigadier General, because he's facing another very defeatable opponent. Gene Shaheen also has a 2% rating on Conservative Review, Liberty score, and a straight F.
General Bonnick was on horseback after 9/11 in Afghanistan. You probably read about these guys. They're really courageous. They were on horseback, and they were calling in airstrikes. They were working with the Northern Alliance to remove the Taliban from the country, and they did a terrific job. There were just a few of them, and I think there have been some movies about them, and I think Don Bullock will do an excellent job in defeat. I really think he's going to defeat Jeanne Shaheen.
Somebody, it's long overdue. Both of those folks should be taken out by true constitutionalists. So overall, these people you're supporting, and you have a list of many others, these people support the United States Constitution. They support strong military. They support strong borders. And I would imagine they probably support the President of the United States.
Well, they all support the President, and they support a strong defense for our nation. And they're against the socialist programs that are being promoted by the Democratic Party.
And if people want to help out and more information about your PAC, Captain John, where do they go?
They can go to combatveteransforcongress.org, combatveteransforcongress.org, www.combatveterans.org. I'd like to just say one last thing.
Yes.
We have an initiative now to take back all 9 formerly safe seats in the state of California. We are getting candidates to run in those districts. You've mentioned 2 of them. We will have all 9, and we hope to have the Vice President of the United States here at an event in San Diego where all 9 of these candidates will be up on the dais with him.
Well, we'll get the message to the White House. And, you know, the President watches this program once in a while. Maybe he's picking up the phone right now. Captain John, thank you. Coming up next.